welcome to your weekend reading. This is Kristen with Sacred Soul Ascension. I hope you can see that red bud behind me. There's some beautiful spring colors popping. I'm in a field of violets right now. You can't really see the ground, maybe behind me. But, oh, it's just so pretty. The clover's blooming, the little violets that grow in the grass are blooming. Everything's just popping. It's glorious. It is glorious. So how are you doing? How has this week been going? I hope you saw the weekly reading with those 3 tens and the Empress. I hope you're feeling that beautiful embodiment of the earth energy and the bounty and abundance just flowing through you and emanating from you. Ooh, okay, that feels good. Let's see what the Oracle has for us. Okay, portal. Another gateway. So those 3 tens, that 10, 10, 10 this week is definitely opening up a portal. We'll be entering that new moon phase coming up next week. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. Are you willing to take that step and trust? Taking that risk into the unknown, into kind of the void, because you don't know what's on the other side of this portal. But a whole nother realm of creation. Let me tell you, one of the tricks, traps, like booby traps of this realm is fear, because fear inhibits us from taking that next step and changing our current atmosphere. Because what we have is comfortable, even if we're not happy with the status quo of what the norm is for you now. You know it. It's known. You know the structures. You know the parameters. You know how to, survive inside of that sphere that you're in. So stepping into the unknown can be very it's just unknown. You don't know how to live, how to design, how to build your life yet in that new fresh space. So rather than taking the step and changing, many choose to just stay comfortable with what is familiar. And the key is to keep moving, to keep the momentum, to keep changing, to keep trying that new next thing, or implementing, the new next piece of your diet. I always come back to the diet, because that is so a place where we're so stuck in some of our habits, and it really reflects the way we're feeling about ourselves, about our relationships, about life in general. But from diet to exercise to sleep patterns to hydration patterns to relationship patterns to self-reflective patterns to just the way you show up in the world, there is a portal opening and doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. I would say step through it. Step through that portal and say yes to the things that feel exciting, that feel like they are going to enhance and up-level your growth potential, right? When we think about staying comfortable, we're kind of staying in the same plane of growth, and there's nothing wrong with that, there really isn't. It's just the choice is yours, the choice is yours. What I, teach always is, the spiritual evolutionary journey, the evolutionary pathway where we do say yes to change. And it's incremental, you have to coach your fears along the way and embrace your inner child and make sure that your wisdom adult self is coaching your inner child so you feel safe and held and okay, here we go. safe and held in the process of that change. You're not going to abandon, you know, your fears and kind of that patriarchal way of like, you know, buckle up and just, you know, toughen up and fight through it. It's like, oh no, you know, we you know, in this balance, masculine and feminine energy, we pull our inner child up and through, and we really examine those fears and take care of them and coach them along, so that you basically you know, enhance your light so strong that, you know, that fear, that shadow is like, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna go on that train. This is the way. They've got me. Oh yes, you decide. Doors are opening. There's a new beginning. There's a new, you're taking a step in a new direction. This Ace of Crystals is a new beginning. There's going to be a new offer. There's going to be a new offer, and you're going to decide whether you're going to take it or not. Wow. There's going to be something new, that a person, a thing, yeah, some sort of offer. Wow. And you decide, are you going to take that, or take that opportunity and see what's down that road? Even if you don't like being down that road, you can always, you know, nothing's fixed ever, you know. You're in charge. Okay, let's see what other card wants to come after that Ace of Crystals. That's very, very nice, coming off of all those 10s for the weekly reading. If you haven't seen the weekly reading, I do recommend it. There's a lot of cards here. We've got 2 Queens, the Moon, and Transformation. I'm going to put them back in. I just want to get one card, but I do feel that this new moon in Aries that's coming up is going to be a very powerful one. It's really going to like kickstart a big engine. A big engine. Okay, there we go. Knight of Cups. So follow your intuition. Here's that portal again. You can see that energy of the portal coming through with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is taking action. He is making that changes. She is making that those changes very intuitively, okay? And it is kind of that sense of embracing the inner child, as I was talking about, to not abandon any part of yourself. It's like all of me is going to the highest vibratory state of consciousness, the highest point of awareness in this life, that and no part of me is going to be left behind. I'm going to let go of old belief systems. I'm going to let go of old conditionings. I'm going to let go of old modalities, old habits. You know, of course, there's just like so much letting go. But every part, every aspect and particle of my consciousness that has been abandoned or left behind or unloved or in any way, I'm just like scooping all of me up, and all of me is going through the portals of change. There's nothing that's going to be abandoned, okay? We are healing the abandonment wound. We're healing this, you know, God-sized hole that we're born with, and we're filling it in with God. Him, herself, itself. It's an energy of life. It's a life force energy. Yes, it is. The sun, right? We are sons and daughters of the great central sun. Yes, the light is what is illuminating and creating just so much clarity on your path. Go to where the vibration increases for you. Elevate your vibration, energy, and frequency. Get out in nature. Absorb the neutrinos. I always talk about that, the geoneutrinos coming from the earth. That, you know, the neutrinos coming from space ricochet off that iron core of the earth and just boom, charges from the ground up. The solar neutrinos coming from those plasma waves, the deep space, the cosmic neutrinos coming from the celestial energies. I mean, we're getting flooded with these nutrient nano particles constantly. information packets. We are totally changing. I mean, obviously, there's nothing that's stationary in space. We are moving millions of miles each year, 72 million, I think, or something like that, every year, in our solar system through, you know, time and space. We're changing. We're moving. Our placement, our patterning in this galaxy, our galaxy within the meta space. It's all, you know, shifting and changing, and get out and absorb this consciousness, this intelligence that's coming through to us. It's new. It is new deep space intelligence that's hitting the earth and moving through us. Everything is changing all the time, and it always has been. It seems like we're at light speed right now, okay? So these changes with the sun show me that it's going to be like, you know, quick. It's gonna quicken you, and it's gonna feel so good. I mean, that sun represents the child. It represents that Leo, playful, joyful, jubilant, like shining, like here I am, this is me, like without any apology. You know, kids don't apologize for performing and shining and being who they are. So that's a really beautiful card. And also some of these energies with this sun card, Leo card, a lot of this might really peak in that, you know, mid-July to, or late July to mid-August, you know, the Leo season. So I'm really feeling, yeah, around kind of the day at a time zone in the Mayan calendar. That July 26th is popping into my head. Then we have the Seven of the Swords. So there's going to be some revelation. There's going to be, that Seven of Swords is kind of a rebirth energy. You know, we go through the cycles of birth, life, death, and rebirth. That Seven of Swords is the rebirth into your spiritual consciousness, revealing to yourself what has been hidden inside of your psyche, inside of your escapism, in a way, is what's coming into my mind. What have you been escaping by staying comfortable? And the interesting thing is, the more you release yourself and free yourself from the shackles and bonds of, you know, these encasements and you know, the entrapments of this realm that we're all born into, and as you like reveal and reveal and reveal more and more, and release this and release that and unchain this and unchain that, it's quite a liberation. It's a regeneration. You get, like, life begins to feel it's like beyond comfortable. It's bliss, you know, that like the desire to stay small and comfortable isn't even doesn't even seem appealing anymore. It seems that, you know, the true state of joy and bliss is when you liberate. And it's this constant state that has no anxiety in it. It has no fear inside of it. It has no worry. You know, there's just this exaltation of spirit. And these three cards, the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Starseed, that's basically everything I'm saying. We've got two dogs passing by, and Sedona's got to let them know it's her yard. So that's just her duty. That's her dharma. She does a really good job at it. She does a really good job at it, keeping us very safe here. So, Two of Cups with the Magician and Starseed coming after all this. That Two of Cups, just this sense of bliss, of union with spirit, with self, with other, with life. The Magician, you're a creator of magic. You don't assimilate your vibration into the vibrations around you. You are the vibration that life assimilates to. You're the director, right? You know, you wave that crystal wand, you're the director. You organize the particles and the vibrational fields around you to the light, to this soul essence, this star seed, and you are that way. You are the way of that spiritual depth and presence and connection, and it's unique. You know, we each have that vibratory field, yet when we're vibrating with the light, there's a recognition, there's a connection, there's a knowing that that is the truth, because it's clear, it's direct, and we each have that. We're each coded with that, that spiritual light. Okay, it's beautiful. It's like, wow, a beautiful reading. You know, there's going to be some revelation, there's going to be some epiphany, and not to say, I mean, these are big cards, so of course the path is going to show you all the things that you need to strengthen and assert and like assimilate and aspire, you know, to those higher vibratory fields. So we're met with resistance, of course. This realm has plenty of lessons of, or like just like moments and challenges of resistance to basically test you, but it's really for you. All those tests are for you to elevate. There's no mistakes. Like, it's all perfectly programmed to support you and gift you and give you the direction to accelerate, elevate, and ascend. Okay, and it's like we ascend in these forms. You know, we utilize these forms. It's not. It's more embodiment. It's more expression. It's not a checking out. The checking in is not a checking out, right? The checking in is a checking in, and the in is the out, and the out is the in. There's no separation. It's wow. It's profound. It's a beautiful reading. Thank you for the opportunity to peek into these energies, and to give us this snapshot in this opportunity of this time. It's moving fast. So private readings, I do private readings. You can email me. My email is below. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I will see you for your weekly reading soon.